Hey everyone, Michael here with Games Done Right. We have a long road ahead of us today. Well, hopefully not too long, but a fun one, an interesting one. We are at part 8 of our journey through Ocarina of Time here. I'll put up number 7 right here if you haven't seen it. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video, you don't miss the story or any content. This is a good time. We're going to head straight for Lake Hylia. And this is the most difficult temple by a lot of people's standards because of the complexity that it's involved. And I'd say that this is my favorite, probably because of that reason. I would remember getting phone calls from people from random numbers on a landline and people asking if I was home, if I could help them get through this temple. I was, I guess, decently known for having this game figured out. And here I am, decades later, doing the same thing. So I hope I'm helpful for you all. The dreaded water temple. Let's go. Okay, so why? Why is this? What's so difficult about this temple? So, unlike most temples where you're having to deal with just keys, you have to deal with keys, puzzles, and 3 different levels of water. So it doesn't matter whether you have a key for a door, you can't get to it if there's something blocking it or if it's underwater. So that's where the difficulty comes in for this. And right away, we find help. So what do you know? It's our girlfriend number 4, I think. Zelda, Saria, Milan. Yeah, so our 4th girlfriend in this game. And she's pissed because it's been 7 years since you last saw her. 7 years without a lover. As a fish. That's like 49 years. Yeah, it's like 49 years. She's just letting you know that Sheik saved her from underneath the ice at Zora's domain, where we already were, where we got the blue tunic and where we got the iron boots. So she came over here to try and kill the monster that's inside, yeah? And now she's gonna ask you to help. So no matter how fast you are, you cannot catch up to her. Every time I've done this run through, it just doesn't work. And she mentioned there are 3 places to change the water levels in this temple. And I'm headed to one right now. And again, that's one of the reasons why this is so difficult of a temple. Too many things to keep track of. So you do these by playing Zelda's Lullaby. As long as you're in front of it. There you go. And I'm not a speedrunner, as I've mentioned in other videos, but we're going to get through this one pretty quick. I'm not going to take any detours. The goal here is to hit the ground before the water does. Yes! It's the little things. And use this fire here to light these torches. Just off the bat, there's already something that we're not used to there. We did it once in the forest temple, but still not very common. A lot of new stuff already. And then these things, choose your hook shot. When you get close, they'll open up. And just hit them in the mouth. If you don't, they'll turn around and try and hit you with their spiky butt. Whoa. We're gonna need that. That would have been a fun run. That would have been a wipe for sure. I don't know if there was such a thing as a wipe back in this time. I don't think so. It's a reset, I guess. So as you notice, we're on the sand now, and we can access different levels of this temple. Push this out of the way. Hopefully that spider we ran past doesn't attack us. Throw on the boots. Take them back off. Yeah, you can wait for yourself to float up to the tip of that water and then dive down, but it all takes too long. And that it is so weird. I just pulled that out, right? I've been playing Breath of the Wild too long. And I actually thought that, oh, don't use your Bigron sword. You're going to take damage off of it unnecessarily. So that's funny. Throw on your boots here. Don't slide. Okay. This game, man. Swirl around. This is why this level takes so long. So much random stuff that can happen. So I hit this prism. It'll unlock a door that's right on the other side of that. I just take the boots off here. That's the fastest way. Skip those. And we're good. Get the dive ready. Nice. We actually revisit this section later, but it's much later in this temple. Alright, not a bad start. Let's just kill this thing. That was embarrassing. Okay. I thought my hookshot was gonna reach that. If you know what I mean. Oh man, this is one of those spots where you have to use the hookshot and not just float back up. I'm running off of an old man's memory here. Nice. Okay, 2 keys. Now we can access this door. And the second place to adjust the water level is in this room. Right here. There's a gold skulltula at the top of this, but we're not really gonna visit that. We don't need it. Then switch to your iron boots. You can switch to them before, but I just like to dive down first to make sure that I don't land on any of these spikes. Call me overcautious. So I don't really love all of the fighting mechanics that happen underwater here. To be fully honest, I don't actually enjoy a lot of underwater stuff in any Zelda game, but the water levels are not my favorite. So these things, as long as you hit them when they're in their sacks, they don't really pose much of a threat. So take care of them. And then, it's not this one, but it's one over here. The cage opens up. Oh my gosh, these graphics. What are you doing to me? Oh man. Alright, there we go. So, we're not quite ready to move up the towers yet. Because we brought the water level to the second height, it's allowed us to move near the first area where we met Ruta. there were 3 tiers there that you could access, and the middle one was pretty inaccessible because you wouldn't be able to do anything. You can't blow up the wall that requires a bomb there. So we're gonna head out this door and then head back to where we saw Ruta, only head upwards this time to the 2nd floor instead of going through that first door. Okay. I actually think it's behind me, but we'll get there. Either way. Don't get hit by those. Make sure you have bombs here because this would be a long trip just to get some bombs. This was actually the first time I played this through. This was one of the last keys that I had to go back and get because I didn't really know how to access it. I remember coming here when the water was too high and seeing that hole, peeking through it, and thinking that it was a large chest. Actually, if you peek through it, it looks a lot bigger than this little one. So I know I'll never forget it. Okay, next step here is to head upward. Those things are kind of scary when they swim around so close to you. Oh man, I thought I was going to be able to do that. So, if you're fast enough, you can get there, hit this with an arrow, and then drop to your shield, and it'll knock that spider back, and you don't have to deal with it. But I'm not here for a perfect run. I'm here for a good run. Alright, time to raise this water level all the way up. Alright, so we're going to go set something in motion. We need something here. This is to help us out for a spot later. See that crescent shape? So later on in the level, we're going to be needing to access what was behind that block. Okay. Oh, wrong way. Don't get hit by that. At least it threw me on there. That's all I care about. Alright, you can kill these keys if you want. Just so they don't bother you, might as well. Grab these hearts, why not? Hopefully I don't need them. And this is kind of a fun little section here. You got a hook shot to the different platforms here, but you got to be quick about it. Otherwise they fall into a pit below you. When you're 12 years old, it's the most stressful thing in your day that day. Oh, I did make it. Nice. Normally you have to hit that one right before it. Okay. The key here is to hit these prisms. Not getting hit by those things. And so adjust these things up and down. And You might have to hit these over and over and over. Or use your hook shot. Or use your arrow. Oh my god. What is this? Dude. I was about to rage again. Sometimes this joystick that I'm using, this Nintendo 64, just makes my blood boil. It's boiling. I'm wearing red, so you can't really tell, but it is happening. Alright, I'll use an arrow this time. I don't want to mess around with that. Alright, right through this next door is one of the greatest enemies in the franchise. Okay. I love how much money those likes give you. They're one of my favorite enemies to kill. Magic. Where we're going, we don't need magic. I want you to check this out. This is a very famous room. When you start walking over the water, you'll notice that Link has a shadow. See his reflection? Where'd it go? It's kind of weird, right? And who's this mysterious shadow? Alright, so we have an unfair advantage because our sword's a lot bigger than his. Basically, he can't really mirror us. His main attack is to just mirror what we do. But because we have a sword that's different than him, he doesn't really have a defense for it. So he can hit us. We can clash swords with him, but it's just we can't get hits on him too. And he's not too hard if you have the bigger on sword. So that's one of my favorite moments. I'm glad I have that on video. It wasn't the best run, but dude, there's so much nostalgia around that. It's so sick. Thanks for joining me on that. And now one of the coolest weapons in the game. Not that. Play this Song of Time here. Trying to go too fast with those songs and I'm messing them up. But I am human, so I'm allowed to. Watch out for vortexes. So these things are kind of scary, I guess. If you get too close to them, they'll suck you in and restart you at that part of the level. Right around here is where you have to... You can actually swim around them if you're vigilant enough. Normally people throw on the iron boots there. This makes it a little bit easier, but you don't have to. One funny insight is I actually didn't know that you didn't have to wear the iron boots there until about a few years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. What am I doing? Okay. Just gonna get a bottle for this fairy. Yeah, so I didn't know that. There's a really tough spot right behind where Link's head is where you get pulled in and it's really hard to escape when you're wearing the iron boots. And it's really hard to get on this platform. It's almost impossible. So you don't have to do that, folks. Just swim around the vortexes. Be dedicated to mashing that button. You'll be alright. Okay, moving onward. Here's that area. I didn't even say, we got the Longshot. It's a twice as long version as the hookshot, and this is that room I told you we'd be revisiting, and we are back now. Kind of heading back towards the... Alright, it's nice now we have the Longshot. We don't even need to interact with that spider. Normally we'd have to get a lot closer. So, Water levels are kind of wonky right now. In order to expedite this, the fastest way is to change the water level back to all the way down and then warp out of here. And so I'll do that, but I'll cut out that part of the video. It'll be in a few seconds. So we're heading back to the room where we first saw Ruta. It's too bad you don't see her in this again. Yeah, that's why I like in some of the Zelda games where the heroes keep coming back, where they offer assistance halfway through. I guess that's kind of how Breath of the Wild is a little bit. Alright, so once the water level goes all the way down here, I'm just going to warp to Lake Hylia, play the Serenade of Water, and then I'll jump back in, and we'll be closer to where we need to be a little bit faster. Okay, we're back at the entrance of the water temple. The water is all the way down this time. And we gotta make this jump. Nice. And we're moving along. Get your arrow out. I guess I could have made a left back there, hit this. And now we have the long shot. We can make this. It's usually inaccessible the other way with the hook shot. That's a pretty stressful moment. And that block we moved earlier, when we pulled it out, it's this block. And now we can push it into its other position, giving us access to this key. There we go. And we're ready to move on to one of the last stages. We have the 2 keys we need to make our way all the way to the boss room key. Oh my goodness. Wrong way. Hookshot out of here. I just really wanted you to see which way to go there. Jump all the way down. Try not to get hit by those things twice. Okay, good. And there's a spot where we need a key. Oh, did I yell that? Did I yell the word key? I think I did. So, dude, like I said, I love this temple. It's got the blue. I love the blue. I'm going to try and swim across this. It's not highly recommended, but it can be done. Like so. Roll out. You can use the iron boots there too to navigate that a little more accurately. Gotta kill all these things. That was my first time trying it like that. There you go. That's what I get for trying new things, right? Just like in rock, paper, scissors, throw what you know. So that switch right there, there's a block behind these walls that we're going to get access to by pushing that thing. That's so annoying how you have to keep going back and forth behind these things. So if you're playing this for the first time, I'd love to hear your feedback about how this looks, what this run is like. Mostly its helpfulness. I want to kind of explain things as I go, and there's a lot of speedrunners and ways to run this without explaining a lot. And like I said, with games done right, I kind of want to highlight the story too. So I hope I'm doing that for you. Alright, so this is a little bit more beefed up version of the previous one. We have 3 pillars we need to jump across here. And we can get them. Oh, nice. Not gonna lie, that was pretty cool. I thought I was gonna get pushed off there. Jump past these rocks. Throw on your iron boots. If you want to get that Skulltella, you can. It's not what we're here for though today. Kill this thing. And we're ready to access the last thing we need in this game. Raise your hand if you've come up to that door and you did not have a key. Way too many times than I'd like to admit. Got the bus key. Alright, I'm gonna fill up on fairies here. Or at least get this one. Okay, hopefully this one has one. Okay, good. So for this, again, I'm gonna warp out of here, head back to the entrance, and I'll see you in a few. Alright, we're back in the water temple for the 3rd time. And what we need to do here is set this right. Just make sure that... Wrong way. Make sure that we have the water all the way up where we need it to be. So we're going to head up through the tower and just gradually set the water higher and higher. This is probably the only tedious part about this. Well, not the only, but it's the most tedious part, and is playing with the water levels. There's a gold Skulltella up there you can get with the Longshot too, by the way. And I made another wrong turn. Could have made a left there. Alright, we are almost there. Make sure you kill this thing. Any way you can, I guess. Raise the water to its highest level here. And we're ready. We're ready to head into the boss temple, the boss fight. We have the Longshot, which will now reach over here. We have the boss key. We have hearts, we have fairies, we have a blue tunic. We're just ready to go. This used to be one of the hardest parts for me too. It was a struggle. Just pick a side, and when it's clear, start walking up it. It doesn't look like you're gonna make it, but he does. Let's go! So, unfortunately, you do have to jump in the water. It's kind of dumb, but swim around it for a second. Or not. Okay. I didn't know there was an exact spot you have to go. That was weird. Normally it just spawns. So this is one of my... I really like this boss fight. It's hard. There's cool animations to it. It was kind of a heart pounder when you first play it. So I'll do my best here. I'll try and do it quick for you. Kind of creepy. Feeling that vibe. Giant aquatic amoeba Morpha. So get off of these. Normally you can't get them that fast. That was exciting. So get away from its arm when it comes to you. When you're trying to Z-target that guy, try and line yourself straight up with the arm. That'll give you a more likely chance to hit this thing. And then once it stops wiggling so much, you can try and get it again. But it's pretty mobile. Now more arms do appear as you progress through this boss fight. Just beware of that. That was kind of dumb. Come on, baby. There you go. Stop moving around so much. Oh, nice! See that snatch, dude? Snagged ya. Oh, I thought I could hit it from it bouncing around over there. I almost fell into the water. That would have been a fun little addition to this run. There we go. And that's that thing. I wasn't going to get grabbed for you, but you can watch another video on what it looks like when you get snagged by that thing. When you get nabbed by it. Whew. That's tough. That whole temple, I can't even imagine. I can't remember how long it took me to beat the first time. Probably weeks of going back and forth over and over, claiming to have got something. My brother and I getting into it about who played last, what did we check, changing the water levels. Did you get this key? Oh yeah, I didn't know there was a key there. Well, I messed up my 10 heart row, so I'm a little irritated about that, but I guess I have to get all 20 now, right? And here she is again. Das Ruta. So that's kind of cool. She became a sage. Now we have Saria, Darunia, and Ruta as our sages. Whoa! Coming on strong with them words like love. I think she's the one who wants you the most out of all of them. It's true. Don't lie to your woman. She already knows. Take it respectfully. Like we haven't been respectful thus far. We've been pretty absent, actually, to be honest. All right, we now have 4 sages, 2 more to go. The 4th one being Raru. Please give him my thanks. Interesting. So, unfortunately, we didn't get to see Lake Hylia in this playthrough with the water full and then it getting sapped when you become an adult. But it fills up. Now you can see what it looks like if you're just following through. Sheik, of course, is waiting for us. That's nice. Stick around after the cinematic. There's one more thing I want to get and show you. So Sheik's telling us about how Ruta and I saved the lake and the water's pure again. Showing us some nice screenshots to go with some nice words. We match. Never around for long. What's with these ominous looks that Sheik keeps giving us? Yeah, se fue. All right. There. There's a Skulltella up there too. Alright, there's one more thing we're getting here. When water fills the lake, shoot for morning light. I can do that. What do you think it gives us? Yes, the fire arrows. So all we have to do now is swim over there, claim our prize. And that's the water temple. Thank you so much for watching. Again, that was a big one. I'm glad we got past that. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any story or gameplay. Until next time. Banana.